We're joined this morning from Yasuhiro Matsumoto, senior analyst at Shinsei Securities in Tokyo. He's here to tell you more on JAL. And Matsumoto-san, a good Monday morning to you. Here we are talking about JAL once again. I guess people and investors are worried that if JAL does declare bankruptcy, if that does happen tomorrow, that this stock will probably be delisted.
Yeah, I think there's a strong possibility for Japan Airlines share to be listed tomorrow. But also there will be still some remote possibility for keeping the share to be listed, because we know that keeping the share listed, there's abundant access to the capital market once Japan Airlines resume its financial health business. But mostly that there's strong sentiment prevailing for the delisting. So it's not a good idea for the betting on the keeping the list.
Okay, well, speaking of good ideas or bad ideas, what do you think about the government's move to not give Japan a fourth bailout, a fourth government bailout? You know, a lot of the younger Japanese are applauding this, saying this is a new corporate world in Japan.
Yeah, actually, that since we just have only two large carriers in Japan, so it's not good for the government to see that failure of that airline company. So we need to keep a two airline company for domestic routes, but we don't need to have a two airline for international carrier. So there's some possibility for the Japan Airlines to 100% abandon the international route. But at this point, the government talking about keeping the international operation too. But there's an uncertainty for the international routes.
Yeah, Matsumoto-san, what about the impact on the broader market? We're talking about these banks and these creditors will probably have to waive billions of dollars in loans that it's given to JAL over the past few years. And also these smaller companies, some 1,500 are estimated to be impacted because of JAL's bankruptcy or impending bankruptcy. How big of a ripple effect will this have in the broader market, do you think?
Well, actually, since most of the Japanese banks agree to give up its loan exposure, so last issue is that how to treat the public bonds. But that's outstanding, just simply the 70 billion yen. That's small, but we don't know how the company treat public bond. But we know that Japanese bank gave up 83% of the unsecured loan claim to the company. So at worst, the Japanese bond investor will collect 70% or more.
Okay, so maybe not much of an impact then. Matsumoto-san, one more question for you. We still don't have any word in terms of JAL's decision to either link up with Delta or with the One World Alliance, which includes American Airlines. Again, billions of dollars are involved in these deals, and you say time is of essence right now.
Yeah. As far as the business is concerned, Delta should be the first priority for the JAL to pick up. With the tie-up with the Delta, JAL will be able to reduce more unprofitable international routes. But it seemed to take more time for the Japan Airlines to move to the new Sky team and that make some benefit. But it is more likely for the Japan Airlines to move to that Delta.
Okay, more towards Delta at this point. Let me just ask you about cash injections from these airlines. How do you think the government will view this? Favorably?
Yeah. At this point, the government seems to be very ready to provide enough capital cushion and also liquidity, so that this amount will probably total above 1 trillion yen. But so that I don't believe that Japan Airlines will have some difficulty in raising funds from the government.
Okay, Matsumoto-san, thank you so much once again for joining us to talk about the plight of JAL. We're talking to Yasuhiro Matsumoto of